Hello everyone, welcome to another one of my walking videos. This is day 4 and part 1 of my walking video in Vienna, Austria. If you have been following my walking video recently, you will know that I went to Vienna, Austria, and done a lot of walking already in the past 3 days. This is day 4 and also my last day in Vienna. And for today's walk, I have taken the tube, or the equivalent of the tube in Vienna, out to this is like the suburb of Vienna, because we are going to see a very impressive looking palace out here. I think it's called the Schonbrunn Palace. I am sure I pronounce it all wrongly and terribly, but you see what I mean when we get there. It's a very impressive looking place. It's modelled after the Versailles Palace in France. And I've just got out the tube. I think it took about half an hour on the tube from central Vienna to get out here. And it's still quite a way to walk to the palace from here. But it's all very wide, impressive looking avenue leading up to the palace, as you can see. Very impressive walkway here. However, I have sped up the video considerably and cut out chunky pieces of it to save you the boredom of watching me ambling along trying to get to this palace. So we will get to the palace as soon as we can, and I will catch up with you when we get there. Alright, so here we are, made it to the palace entrance. As you can see, it's a fairly impressive looking place. I like the look of it a lot. Um, I don't remember much about Versailles now. I've been there years and years ago, but somehow I got a feeling that I like the look of this one a lot more. Versailles is much bigger and much more extravagant, but gosh, it's an awful place to go to. You have to pay a fortune and then queue for ages. It just seems very chaotic and disorganized in Versailles, whereas here, it's all free. Everyone just walk in, as you can see. There's no guard, no ticket barriers or anything like that. You can just walk in, and you can walk around the outside of the palace grounds, totally free. You only have to pay if you want to go inside and look inside, which is has been turned into a sort of museum. But just wandering around the palace ground itself, like we are doing here, is totally free, which is what I'm going to do. I am a sucker for freebies. And here we are, a very impressive looking palace, so watch on. Now, in case you didn't know it, there's another palace called Blenheim Palace, but this one is in the UK, somewhere in the Oxfordshire countryside. It was the birthplace of Winston Churchill, and similar to this one here, it was built and modeled after the Palace of Versaille. It's a bit smaller than this one, but really cute and beautiful. Highly recommended if you enjoy walking around looking at these beautiful buildings like I do. However, this one is expensive because you have to pay for the first ticket just to go in and walk around the ground and the gardens. And by the way, the garden in Blenheim Palace is really nice. It's lovely landscaped, very beautiful to walk in. And then if you want to go inside the palace itself, you have to pay for another ticket to go inside the palace. So if you want to see everything, you end up paying for 2 tickets. And it worked out to be fairly expensive, like everything else in the UK. Expect to cough up a lot of money just to go and see anything, really. Alright, so we have finished looking at the front of the palace. Very impressed with the great big open square in front of the palace. Very awe-inspiring. And we are now moving into the garden. And I can tell you, the garden is big. We just walked and walked and walked. And the garden just seemed to stretch on and on and on forevermore. But after a while, everything looks kind of the same because you just get this great big massive wide avenue with trees lining up the way. And then after some time, everything just looks symmetrical and exactly the same. And then it occurred to me the reason is because it wasn't built for walking. These gardens were built for horse-drawn carriages because in those days it was the emperor, empress, and prince and princesses. They don't walk around. They'd be sitting in their horse-drawn carriages and be pulled along by these horses. That's why you have this great big wide avenue. So I am sure it's a lot of fun sitting in horse-drawn carriages and be pulled along these impressive-looking walkways. But for walking, I expect to walk forever. Okay, now we came to this bit here, and this must be the horse stables because we can see some horses in the background. This is where they kept their horses and do their training and things like that. And then as we walk a bit further along, we can see there are more buildings, more houses, buildings of some sort, all part of this palace at the back. But it seems that there's no way to get through. So this is basically it. We can't go any further than this. We came to this gate and we can see behind there are more of this palace complex. There's more buildings at the back there, and we thought maybe there must be a way to go through. So we look around a bit, but no, this is it. We can't go any further. The gate is locked. So we are coming to the end of this video here. Hope you've enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you again in the next video, which would be the last video of Vienna, Austria. Thank you for watching. I shall see you next time. Bye.